I've kind of been experimenting with some recently. There's some really interesting ones on there. It can sound a bit weird if you just go through them and just find out what grooves are, basically. When I started using them, and I wasn't using them for a while, it was a bit of a oh my god kind of moment. I went, oh my, look, drums just sound better now. They sound like somebody's playing them, and they've got that kind of basically, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it works by adjusting the volumes those things are played, so they kind of all and the the timings that they're played, so you can adjust the timings on them. So if you adjust how randomly they affect it, you get a kind of weird velocity almost.
Well, you've got the embedded timing information on the groove, that's the timing slider. Random, that just randomizes the position of the notes, and you can actually use that separate from the groove. And then each groove file has embedded velocity information as well, so if you have timing plus velocity, then
you get quite a dramatic change. Yeah. I mean, I've used some, I mean, there's all sorts from hip hop to kind of like really strange kind of funk drums and stuff in there. I've also started using it on key patterns on midis and basses and stuff, just because it's just interesting. It might not be particularly the way to do it, but it's just experimenting with basically, like, especially with Ableton, because it's got such a powerful undo function. You can mess around as much as you want and then just go right the way back to where you were before if it doesn't sound good. But it's always worth just experimenting. Even if you don't know what something does, just whack it on, which is pretty much my kind of basis of my music tuition at the moment.
So do you generally use the same groove on every element that you wanted to groove in some way?
Yeah, I think also when you're kind of importing samples, if you imported a drum loop, for example. So I've got these kind of drum loops, so I'll do one of those, for example. Right, so that's probably, I could go through these for hours. So then again, I just put them to the same, if you put them to the same groove, it'll react to the same groove pattern as the drums are in, so it'll sound as apart from sounding. You probably can't hear it that much with just the so I'll leave that in there for now. But yeah, it's really good to keep everything in line with the way that it's being played, from experience anyway. So where are we? Key, strings. I don't know what else in this track that might be worth using, to be honest.
Get that in there.